do this one. Do that right? No, it didn't. I did not do that right. Thought I... How did I do that last time? Oh, hi, artist! Hello! Hi! I'm trying to figure out how I did this. To split gear with this. Choose, I want to do that one. Will that still work though? Sorry, I'm not very good at this. How did I do that last time? And why can I never remember how to do it? Okay. No, it wasn't that. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I... Okay, there we go. That took a while. I don't know if I'm ever going to remember how to do that. Okay, let me switch this up a little bit. How are you doing? I really liked your video, your live the other day, or not live, but your video. That was really well done. And I'm glad you cleared that up because that was getting confusing. Let me see. I don't know if I want to do it on that. Yeah, we'll just keep it at that. That's fine. Okay. Now I need to... Okay. Yeah, there really is. There's a lot of everything. But threes, generally, yeah, can't go wrong. Oh boy. Well, you guys are doing really good work. I'm excited for you. We need more of your kind. I need to bring this down a little bit. There. Yeah, I had to go and water the plants, and then I went for a walk, and now I am back. Is it all messages? Okay. And, yeah. Let me see if you funky. Yeah. PNG. I hope to have it done this weekend. Awesome. Yeah, I'm like kind of... I think the short form content is easier for people to digest, but sometimes you kind of need the longer stuff too, but I feel like the shorter form is doing better in general. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, so I did this. Did that. Okay. But yeah, I was just watching crazy weather in the Midwest. It looks like Oklahoma City is getting hit really hard. Um, let me see. I'll say, is it still going? I like went outside and now my nose is stuffed. Let me see. Okay, they have tornadoes on the ground. Yeah. Somewhere. Looks like, I think, close to Oklahoma City. It says Oklahoma City Metro. Um, yeah. Um, anyway, I'll just be here hanging out. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys put out. So, mushrooms. This is the Agaricus bisporus. What is this one? The Agaricus bisporus. Okay. Oklahoma south of Shawnee, we got a cell that's popped up. Look at this. A little cell that's popped up here north of Sulphur. It's rotating. And it's also getting strong. Andy's watching it for a medium confidence severe thunderstorm threat. He said, y'all watch out in Ada because this storm is coming together. It's already producing hail. It's moving northeast at 26 miles per hour. And it'll be up there towards Ada in about 40 minutes or less. And man, the rotation is really something that you can't balk at. So we'll have to watch that very closely. Agaricus bisporus. Oh yeah, I want to export. Woof. Is that how you spell it? Hi Lisa, hello. I had to go for my walk. And then I had to I had to water the plants and then go for my walk. So yay. Yeah. Hold on, let me blow my nose because every time I go for a walk I get bad allergies. Okay. Yay. There's like a bunch of tornado breakouts in well thank you. Yeah, this was okay, sorry. Sorry guys. Yeah.
I was muted. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm.
Those are some nice clouds to fly by. That's
Oh
awesome.
wow.
Thank you, Joe, for sending that in. There's the flooding out there in Richland County, Ohio. Big time flooding.
Sorry, there's a lot of tornadoes. Sorry. I just get easily distracted.
It's keeping on keeping on.
Yay. Okay.
Lightning and sirens from the tornado warning storm in Marion, Ohio earlier. That's from Reed. Here's a picture from Michaela. There's one in Deer Creek in Illinois. We got flooding in the streets out there. Lightning in Jasper County, Missouri. Tornado warning and a raccoon running for shelter.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That poor raccoon.
This is the tornado warning in Marion, Ohio. We got a raccoon running for shelter out there.
Oh, that makes me so sad. Somebody said, run, trash panda. They called the raccoon a trash panda. That's the cutest name I've ever heard of, a trash panda. For a raccoon? That's adorable. Oh my god. That poor raccoon. Oh my goodness. Poor baby.
Snow in North Dakota.
Oofda. So yeah, I'll just have this on in the back. Maybe I can prop this up.
What do we have here? A legit supercell down here.
Ugh. I feel bad for those people, dude.
With a rotating base.
That sucks.
With no warning whatsoever. Wow. We're going to keep watching that as the storm goes up for Zeta. We're saying, y'all watch out. A severe thunderstorm warning at least is going to be needed for that at some point here. Out here near Altus, we just had a storm go through, and now that's moving.
They really do look like little pandas. Ohio. I think right now it's just Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, there's like a supercell going through it or something.
Considerable severe thunderstorm warning continues for Holdenville as well.
Huh. Ada, Ohio. Yeah.
Current situation is.
Oh, Ada, Oklahoma. Okay, that's why. Somebody from Ohio was like, Ada, Ohio?
1 tornado warning, 5 severe thunderstorm warnings. Guys, we've had 20 tornado warnings today total. 84 severe thunderstorm warnings.
Jesus.
14 flash flood warnings.
Just crazy. Yeah. I don't know my geography very well. You'd think with how often I watch Ryan Hall, I would know more of these places, but I don't. So this is, I'm going to do this instead. This is easier. Easier to see. Oh, hi. Do you want to come say hi to people? Oh, Lippy's up there. That's why.
And it's not over yet. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, look at this.
What?
You guys seen this?
I don't know if you guys can.
Andy's going to talk to us. Let's go.
How?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I've been watching that cell for a while now. As you saw with the early y'all watch, we still haven't gotten a severe warning for that yet, which is what I would expect.
I know, baby. Ow, that hurts.
First.
That hurts. Ow,
that was my expectation.
Your murder mittens hurt. Ow.
See on it now on the last product is just contaminated. It's very mischievously placed. What that tells us is that we are not necessarily scanning legitimate velocity, but we are scanning a general rotation that is occurring. So what we can say is that this is a proper supercell. It's likely going to have severe criteria wind. I don't think the hail has quite reached that stage yet, as it's evolved sort of from a cluster of storms as it moves up to the east-northeast here in Pontotoc County, Oklahoma. We'll have to watch for some signs here, just because we're only seeing like contaminated radar data. Not all radar data is perfect. We have to take that in stride. We need to watch for hook to sort of jut forward to the east instead of just looking like a lake down there. So that'll be, or we can just get the warning. You know, both things are valid. I would personally have watched for the development of the lake looking forward, but it's nice to have the preventative warning in place as well, so that we can start taking.
You want to say hi
shelter
to
here in
people?
Onondaga County. So, well, I put the tornado y'all watch on there anyways. That was the reason why. Glad we have the warning for that now.
All right, thank you very much,
Loopy wants to
meteorologist
come
Andy
say
Hill.
hi. You want to come say
We
hi?
now officially have that tornado warning for Ada, Oklahoma.
No,
This is
no
Garvin,
fighting,
Murray, and
you
Pontotoc
guys.
counties. This is a
Lulu.
dangerous storm that we've got here. That's coming up towards Ada.
They like to fight. They like to fight, especially after dinner. Oh, you had an earthquake? Damn.
Take shelter now in
Lisa
Pickett
says hi.
as well. Let me
No
pull up
fighting.
some of
Yeah, you
the
want
other
to come
warning
up?
info.
You
We've
got jealous? Come
Garvin,
here.
Murray, and Pontotoc counties
Come here.
under this warning. This is going to include Ada,
Speak
Pickett,
up.
Roth, Fitzhugh, Vanoss, and Union Hill.
No, you just want to. Okay.
And this is actually a really, impressive looking area of rotation. It's blocky. It's somewhat, it's not perfect. This is not like actually the,
What?
like Andy was saying, it's a little bit contaminated. But this is the real deal. This is a powerful supercell coming up.
On lost
Ada.
sleep.
It
Oh,
very
wow.
much so has the ability to produce a tornado, potentially a strong.
It's kind of hard to
So
catch up
everybody in
on
Pickett,
sleep.
Ada needs to be taking shelter right now.
But, I mean, yeah, if you can go to bed a little earlier, that would be good, you know? But yeah, I mean, sleep is pretty necessary sometimes. Okay. This is just too bright. This is, but I'll do it. Too bright, but I'll do it. Okay.
This will be in Ada.
There's a crack down your driveway.
Like
Wow.
it'll start the wind.
That's
and the hail and stuff will
intense.
start going. This will be an interesting.
Do you know what it
situation here,
was?
where you
Like
have to
on the Richter, do you know like
potentially,
the number was?
that's going through Goldberg right now.
Oh wow. There was like a 5.1. Okay, because there was one in California, I want to say like a couple days ago that was 5 something. I bet you felt that one. Those are pretty jostling. Already twice now. Did it wake you up? Were you asleep? Well, that's the one. Okay. That's scary, man. I'm glad you're okay. Because that stuff is so scary. How long was it? Because if it was long enough, would you try to get under something heavy or would you just try to go outside? Oh, that was my back. Okay, let me see. You had just fallen asleep. Oh, wow. Then pow. But you felt it. You felt it for sure. That's scary. I would not want to wake up and from that and be like, what do I do? Do I go outside? What do I do? Where do I go? Do I get the cats? Okay. Yeah, because when we had an earthquake here, there were two times. One time I was in the bath when I was a kid. We were in a restaurant. My mom yelled at my brother to quit kicking the table before we realized what it was. Wow. Oh, there is an Ada, Ohio, too, that's under severe. Okay, yeah, there's both the Adas are under attack, I guess. Nothing at first, then found my cat. Okay. Yeah.
Towards Marion, so you guys are black.
And then they said too, like doorways. So get in like a doorway, you know, but I don't really know. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with it really because, like, I remember one time I was in the bath and, like, I remember the water sloshing, like, and being like, huh, I don't feel like I moved very fast. And that's, you know, that's when I was still married. And I called over to my husband. I was like, is something happening? He's like, oh, yeah, I think there's an earthquake happening. And I was like, what? And by that point, then it was like over. So, and then another time I was I was by myself in the house and it has pretty high ceilings and these long lights that hang down and they all started swaying and like my first reaction was haunted. Then my second reaction was like uh I think like that my cats like all jumped in sync and like jumped on I don't know. Clearly was not thinking very straight. And then it was like, oh shit, there's an earthquake. So it was crazy. Yeah. Hey Matt, hello. Blackout in the area where I grew up and my brother was playing with the light switch just before. Oh no. Your poor brother. That's so funny. Yeah. But both the Ada Oklahoma and Ada Ohio are getting it. It sounds like there's like a supercell.
One of those is coming up towards Okemo right now in Boltonville, and then we've got a developing tornado, a tornadic system, potentially a tornadic supercell coming up towards Ada, Oklahoma right now. That's
Ada, Oklahoma.
Focused on this, and we're just waiting on the latest.
Yay. Well, not yay, like, yeah, I've got Ryan Hall set up so we can hear him and stay up to date. Let me see. Nope, that did not work. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yes, yes. Okay. I'll have to do this old-fashioned way. So, yeah, nothing really new or exciting going on for me, except that I have a ton of tomatoes, which I'm very happy about, but I will have to probably give some to my friend or take them over to my brother and his wife and maybe make some awesome bruschetta or something. Bad tornado in 86 and didn't tell us anything. Yeah, it was a good harvest. Noticing the sidewalk sweating.
Still looks consistent, yet broad, a little bit more broad now.
What does that mean?
Hopefully everybody's sheltered. Once again, we are watching the storm as it comes in. I've got a couple of buttons I need to push to fix a couple of things. Give me just a moment here while I do that. Here's a refresher on what to do if you're under this tornado warning right now, Nada. Tornado warning just dropped for your area. This is not a drill. A tornado has been spotted or detected on radar, and you need to act right now. A tornado warning means there is an immediate threat to life and property. This is the most urgent alert the National Weather Service can issue for a tornado. Here's what to do. Get to your safe room immediately. Go to an interior room on the lowest floor. Stay away from windows and outside walls. Cover your head and neck and get under sturdy furniture if you can. The best places to shelter, a basement or storm cellar, is your number one option. If you don't have one, an interior bathroom or closet works. A stairwell on the lowest floor can also
We noticed the
provide
birds
overhead
weren't
protection.
chirping
Now, here's what
in
not to
when
do.
we rounded the
Never
corner.
shelter under a highway overpass. Do not stay in a
That's so
mobile home
crazy.
if it's tied down. Do not
It
try
hit
to
the
outrun
house
a
across the
tornado
street
with
from
your
my
car.
grandmother's and
Do not
literally
open windows
imploded
physically.
it.
After the storm
It really
clears,
does
all
sound like a
clear
freight
before going
train.
outside. Stay away from downed power lines and flooded roads. Check on
No,
your
they didn't
neighbors.
tell us anything. God, they were so. God, that's so negligent, dude.
And that message is for you if you're in Garvin, Murray, or Pontotoc counties in Oklahoma. You are under a tornado warning.
That's terrifying, yeah. One time I was driving to Iowa City and I got caught on the 80 and there was a tornado that had touched down, but I was like at the other end where there was just like a big thunderstorm and stuff, but it literally like knocked over semis on their side. Hi, goddess. Different time, I guess. I think we were home like about 10 minutes before it hit. That's so crazy. Oh, hey, Polly. But yeah, like,
the rotation doesn't look. I mean, right here it looked a little bit more intense, but it is still coming together. It's definitely something that you can't, balk at.
yeah.
In Ada.
So
Ada
anyway, like when
this storm cell
it
is,
finally cleared
has
enough
that
that I could
tornado
get back on the
built-in
road,
signature
there were all
template,
these semis on their
and, it's
sides
gonna be up
in the
there in Ada
ditch.
in 28 minutes or less.
Why you ignore me? I said hi, Polly.
Taking this back down here into Texas, Plainview, Texas. Probably needs a severe thunderstorm warning here soon. Hale County, Lamb County, and Swisher County in Texas is in a y'all watch.
No, that's not the one I want. I'm gonna find this. I don't like my voice. There we go. Hi, Gretchen. How's it going? What are you guys up to? Okay, now we can go back to Ryan Hall. Yay.
Texas, get ready for that.
So yeah, some mega cells going through.
Severe thunderstorm warning out here for areas north of Lawton. This is in Caddo, Comanche, and Kiowa counties in Oklahoma.
How's it going?
For 35 more minutes.
35 minutes, God. Yeah, so I'm glad you got out of there. You got home okay. That's so crazy. And tornadoes are seriously like that. They literally hop. It's weird. It's so weird. I wonder if I need to take more allergy medicine.
This coming into Ada right now, even if you don't get hit by a tornado, you are going to get hit by a quarter-size hail and some strong winds. The lightning and everything is already started. Hopefully, everybody is in their safe spots.
Yeah, so but yeah, I don't miss the Midwest at all. And a couple hurricanes, yeah, the hurricanes are really scary, especially if you get flooding. There's just no way you can stop that.
Chelsea Brooks. Thank you for the 5 gifted, and congrats to the people who are now gifted members and have free memberships.
Oh, you got a grandbaby. Oh, Gretchen, congratulations. That's so exciting.
It's pretty much parallel on Highway 1
Aw,
up towards Ada right now.
that's super cute.
That's where the rotation is on this supercell as it gets closer. There is a severe thunderstorm coming out of Okemah. on Interstate 40 towards Taylor's location. This is what Taylor's seeing right there.
That's
Lots of
so
lightning
exciting.
and getting ready to get slammed by a bunch of strong winds and some hail too.
We are getting on I-40 eastbound now to stay ahead of this storm. This storm has caused lots and lots of problems the past several hours. It's caused some pretty significant damage throughout the southern Oklahoma City metro area, around Moore, Bethel Acres, over towards Tecumseh and Shawnee. Getting reports that there's quite a bit of damage in that area.
Holy vey. Holy vey, holy vey. Someone was in a Hurricane Sandy telling me about the houses there that never got rebuilt, just abandoned, full of mold, torn in half. So sad. It's just insane, right? Like Katrina was never fully recovered from, right?
No, the wind and the
Was
rain
it a
should
little
pick up
boy or a
pretty
little
soon. It's gonna be
girl?
here soon.
If you want to stay, otherwise you don't have to.
In Duar.
But that's super exciting.
So you guys get ready for that. You are under that severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds out there in McIntosh, Okfuskee.
Jesus, a little boy. Oh, congrats. Oh,
There's that tornado earlier.
little sweet pot pies. It is nice to hear some good news. Yeah,
Out there in Tazewell County, Illinois.
the little babies.
Thunder out there in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Marion County, Ohio. We had that tornado warning earlier. And then here's some lightning in the distance from Covington, Ohio. Ada, Ohio got plumb wild. Guys, keep sending stuff in to ryanhaulyall.com/submit. This is in Prague out there in Oklahoma from our doorbell camera. Dang. You got nuts out there. We did get an interesting mesoscale discussion here. A supercell tornado risk will continue until outflow from the
Poor Oklahoma. They get hit by supercells all the time.
So this supercell is just going to keep on doing its thing here, and it's going to keep trying to produce tornadoes until the outflow from this, line of storms to the north undercuts it. And it probably won't take long for that to happen, but it'll probably be after that gets by Ada. So that's why we're concerned about the town of Ada. And we're hoping everybody there is getting into their safe spots.
They have so much extreme. I know. Yeah. There were a couple times. There was like a weird one that happened in November. I want to say like 2013 or 2014. Like across the river where I grew up. And then there was the one in southern Illinois that hit that Amazon warehouse.
See this right here.
In like December.
This is the rotating part of the storm.
20.
If I can zoom out here.
22 or something like that.
Take a look at the outflow.
But yeah, I mean like in like some years.
So all the rain cooled air from the storm that just hit.
Some years you see it more focused in like Alabama and weird places like that, but like this year it seems like it's going kind of back to the normal areas, but it's probably too early to tell. Oh, I might have to go take some more allergy medicine, guys. I don't know what's up. We have the Palo Verde trees blooming here right now. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, I do worry for people. Extreme weather. I don't know why the humans have to fight each other. Mother Nature is gonna dominate us anyway, you know. We should all be trying to get along as much as possible. Because if it's not our own planet, then it's going to be something celestial that smacks us around good. And we go away, you know. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. But, like, that's
lightning back here in Lawton as well.
That's
Just
stuff that I
normal,
constantly worry about.
saying there's a lot of rain. At least I secured my Dr. Pepper. At least I secured my Dr. Pepper previously. Yeah, at least you did. At least you got that. You know what? Hey, Lawton, I think you guys are another candidate here for some flooding issues tonight. Oh, by the way, the Plainview.
Your Palo Verdes are blooming. Yeah, they're like, oof.
Meteorologist Andy Hill absolutely nailed it. There is a severe
They're beautiful, but they like, oh, they
lots of
like,
lightning coming in.
I could feel my face swelling up right now. It's funny. It's funny not being able to breathe good. So does anybody have anything excited planned for the weekend? I'm probably just gonna be working on art stuff. Maybe taking over some tomats. And taking migraines stuff all week. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. That stuff is I don't know if I've truly ever had a migraine, but I've had really bad headaches and I would not want to know what a migraine feels like. Oh. Usually when I feel this way, it's going to rain, but yeah, I took some naproxen too, so I don't know. I don't think I'm getting sick or anything. Damn. I feel really bad for Oklahoma, dude. But yeah, I've seen some weird weather events. Not as crazy as like the Midwest, but the flash floods are real over here for sure. It's because the ground is too dry and it won't absorb like any of it, you know. And like some streets like do have storm cellars, but like not all of them do. And then like they make it so that the roads are like in the lowest point and that like the shops are kind of built up onto things. So I've been teaching my 6-year-old sort of granddaughter to quill. Oh, wow. What is quill? That's really cool. That's really cool. Is it like drawing with the ink pen? Or is that like quill like sewing something? Because that's pretty cool.
Having a couple of tech problems in the background here, but we'll push through it. Holdenville is getting hit hard right now by this storm. Wetumpka as well. Dustin and Lamar, you guys are next in line. These storms are going to
paper art. That's really cool.
Chiquita, Eufaula, I'm not sure how you say that, and McAllister.
There are strips of paper and roll them around a needle and then glue them to paper to make pictures. Oh, that sounds really cool. That sounds really, really cool. I've been wanting to make like
I don't know how we still have cell service. The power is out in Ada, Oklahoma. The power is apparently already out in Ada.
Oh boy. Like, you know how they have those shorts where they show you how to make very realistic looking flowers out of paper? I want to do that. She wants to learn how to sew, maybe just wait a little bit longer. Yeah. That's really cool though that she's so inquisitive, so young.
We do have a y'all watch out here for Stevens County and Young counties in Texas. Very strong storm coming up there towards Graham in Texas, so we're going to watch this one as it continues to grow.
Okay, some stuff happening in Texas.
Storms are, getting pretty organized out here.
Paper flowers.
Dallas-Fort Worth.
Oh wow, that's really sweet. Some of those flowers look so realistic. I'm like, how in the hell? And then like I kind of want to try to see if I can do that for house plants. Maybe make like some faux looking house plants with them. but then I don't have to water and they won't die.
Already got some decent sized hail on this one.
Here's that. Oh, Oklahoma. Okay. Jesus
Somebody in Plainview, Texas says
Christ.
there's lots of lightning.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Not too much cool stuff happening though. That's fine. The cats have been pretty chill, except for
Anything
Luffy.
happening in Joplin?
Spoke too soon. Never
Nothing
mind.
significant.
Never
I'm
mind.
sure there's some storms floating around. We'll go check in on it right here.
Spoke too soon.
I'm sure there's some storms floating around.
So like I'll keep this over here. I probably need to, well, now here we'll do, did I upscale? I don't think I did. I never upscale. You should try to, you can just use crepe paper, but normally I just dye coffee filters. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, well, some of them were using paper towels, I think with like glue and stuff, but I have a junk journal that I need to just finish because,
New tornado warning.
Lila, what are you doing, babe?
Slide down into this. So they've extended
Lila,
extended the tornado warning a little bit.
you okay?
They've extended the warning out here for Ada out for 51 more minutes, and it's going to go on. It's going to go all the way down there, towards.
What were we talking
Happyland
about?
and,
Oh yeah, I have a junk journal, a big one that I've been working on. Was
So,
supposed to be a surprise for
the rotation
someone, but
more aggressive here. So, Ada,
oh,
Oklahoma,
you know how that was.
for a tornado.
But yeah, I was like,
But let's once again take shelter if we haven't already. This is an incredibly dangerous storm coming together right now.
could it just these? So they were like a big Star Wars fan. So I was just like, I got all these Star Wars books. Like what was it called? It was like the Book of the Jedi or something. What are you guys doing, huh? What was this? It was called. Oh, the Jedi Path. Okay, it was.
Is it true? I feel like it's.
There was like the Book of the Sith, something like that.
Somebody at Ada said we ain't having fun.
So I just like cut them up. I got like used old versions, and I just cut them up and like pasted them together to make Franken pages. But yeah, I should probably work on it some more. I think I'm just gonna do that for now. Export.
So let's hope for the best for our friends in Ada. You're already getting the lightning, the thunder, the hail, the wind, and all that stuff. The next part is going to be the rotating part of the storm down here, north and west of Lawrence. Get ready to move over.
That's so crazy. Somebody was saying it was prom where they're at.
After that, it'll be moving up past Ada,
Prom is like too early right now. That's crazy.
Towards Happyland.
Here, I'm gonna exit out of this. There we go. And then undo. Nope. Okay, then I'm gonna do that. How do I get it to the. Was it this? Okay, I guess it was that. But yeah, so I was just like taking these, like, I got them off eBay, just these old books. Like the Jedi stuff, the Sith stuff. Oh, and there was like the Smugglers. Let me find it. It was like the Smuggler's Guide. Something. It was really cute, actually. I was like, oh, I didn't know they made this many books. Oh, I wish my nose would stop running though. Is it in here? It was this book. And then these are all the stencils that I got. Where was it? No, those are different. Oh yeah, those are those. Okay.
Rotation right now is a couple
Okay,
minutes on the southwest side of town. Chickasaw Nation Medical Center's in the path there. The Mercy
So,
Hospital's in
like,
the path.
oh hi Dom. So they're really a big fan of Star Wars, so I got these used books off eBay.
Haven't,
Um,
the prom early like this.
oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to take some allergy medicine. Whew. But
But yeah, hopefully everybody's in their safe spots. Hopefully everybody's sheltered. Hopefully nobody's surprised by this. Because we've been talking about this for a while.
yeah, so this was the Jedi Path. This was the Book of the Sith. And then this is the Smuggler's Guide. They were really cute. I mean, like, so I just took them apart and then I made Franken pages from them. You just kind of glue them together willy-nilly. And I think I have, let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot about those too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 of these. This is gonna be, I think it was gonna be a 9 by 12 book. But yeah, look at some of this art. It was just really fun, cute stuff, like the lightsabers and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're like, is that cute? Well, I guess not cute. Isn't it cool? He would have probably hated for me to say that. And then I got the 300 book. And I felt bad, but it was a really badly used copy. You know, like I got these really tattered copies, so I didn't feel as bad. But I made Franken pages out of it too. Like from the comic. What I was working on feverishly before Christmas, and then I just, well, no, not even before Christmas, because I had like a ton of projects to get to. But I think there's like that. There's like a baseball hat and ponytail. Why? What's wrong with it? Junk journals are fun. Yeah, they're fun, man. Okay, I'll take it off. It's just now that I have hat hair. And I'll take off my braid. Oh. Sorry, Dom. Okay. So I think some of the art is really cool for the 300. You can see that. Franken pages. You just take them apart and you kind of put them back together willy-nilly in the 9 by 12 format. So it's really like 9 by, or no, it's like 12 by 18, I guess. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. And then, oh yeah, this was the Sith one. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this was the Sith one. And I still need to kind of work on these because, like, I ran out of, like, art stuff for them. And so I kind of had to just use more of the text and stuff. And I was thinking, oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Dom. Sorry. Whoop. But yeah, like some of this art's really cool. So I wonder why I taped that in there. You okay? You okay? Yeah. Anyway, like look at this map of the galaxy of their galaxy. It made me feel bad that I never really liked Star Wars. But I actually kind of like it now. Like, this is the smuggler's guide to their little galaxy and stuff. It's just fun. It made me feel like a kid, you know? And like, look at these guys. They're freaky, scary guys. But yeah. So there's 1, 2. See, like, look at that. Look at that art. I think that's just really cool. 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. 8, 9. Okay. I think I was going with a theme of 9 here. Okay. I love when I like don't remember the thing that I was going to do with it. You used to love Star Wars and now you're just like, yeah, I didn't even watch the newest movies because I was like, they're just gonna be bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, well, he was originally from Hawaii, so I got all these Hawaii maps. But I still have to do something with them. And I don't know what I... Okay. They're like... But they're waterproof maps, so... Yeah. Yeah, the originals are the only ones I've watched. I did like that Rogue one, where they like... I don't want to give it away, because like maybe some people haven't seen it, but... It's not good what happens to them. But like this is the Honolulu. Kind of like a map of Honolulu. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's a waterproof material, so that like you can't really manipulate it too much, which was kind of disappointing, but a lot of them are like that. Is this the Big Island? No, Honolulu. This is also Oahu. Oahu. So there are all these maps, and I think this is more of Honolulu. I don't know. I'm not. See, this is what happens when it takes me a long time to do a project, because then I can't remember what I looked up. Hi, Marcus. Yeah, this is okay. This is downtown Honolulu. Oahu. But yeah, this is the downtown. Downtown. So I really like maps too. I don't know why. Oh, this was the map of all of the islands. So here's Maui. And I think Lanai. And Oh boy. Kaho Olawe. Mispronouncing them. Sorry. Mispronouncing them, guys. Sorry. Ooh. Just can see it a little better.
That's out here in McDonough. One's coming towards the Duar in Henrietta. This is
So I had no idea that Oahu was like where a lot of the people live. It's just funny. So how many of those maps? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and then I have California too. So yeah, like an old California map.
and your information saved our lives. They trained not finding you were okay. Found out
Probably need to like double these up. But is this Southern California? No, this is Northern. Yeah, because that's San Francisco. So this is Northern California, because that map was huge. And then there's Southern California. Yep. Okay, Southern California. So 7 different maps.
No, Taylor's Point is out there to the west.
What's a professional conventions? Oh, that's really cool. What kind of conventions?
Somebody north of you will ask if we have any chance of tornadoes here. Yes, there is a slight chance that you get a tornado, but not.
Okay. Oh, and then I got these weird. Okay, I got this weird book. What was the name of it? The Path of Power. It was a weird book. It was saying that it was like all the philosophy of the Sith or whatever, but it ended up having stuff about like Nietzsche and Hitler and weird stuff. I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. So I just cut it up, and I think I have enough scraps from the other Jedi books, the Jedi, Sith, and Smuggler books, that I can like add to it and put it over where there's like weird shit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9. And then sorry Ryan, I can't think with you talking. So I'm probably gonna tea stain these too, like, or coffee dye them just to make them look older. And then I got this Spawn. I don't know if what it was. It looked more like a Tankobon, but I know that's like manga. But it wasn't like necessarily like a comic book, but I got that, and then I made Franken pages out of it too. And Spawn is like a little more violent, so it's not exactly my cup of tea. But I made Franken pages out of those. So 1, 2, 3. Was this one Spawn? 2, 4, 5, 6. So I only have 6 of those. Oh, and I got the Rorschach. Okay, so I also got these Rorschach comics. And I might have enough to make 9 total with the Spawn and the Rorschach. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 7. So what is that? This is 9 and 1, 2 is 9 times 5 is 45. 45 times is that, I think it would be 4. 40 times 45 times 4 is 40 times 4 is 80. And then 5 times 4 is 20. So 100 was, no, that can't be right. Hold on. Hi, Marcus. Let me see. Need to do, so what is that? So if there's 9 times 5, 45 times 4, because each side is technically, oh, it's 180. I was only off by 80. Oy. So, yeah. He woke up, coffee died. Yeah. I know old maps do have more information. It's just hard to find them or without them like wanting a ton of money. And this was something I wanted to have done for Christmas, but it didn't even end up like being a thing. But there's still a lot of really cool artwork. And I do like to do it when I get stressed out. I like to like collage things. Like, look at this artwork. I mean, I know it's graphic and kind of scary, but it's like, it's very visually interesting to me. Like, all that work and composition, you know, the way that they like, where they position things, the composition of things. Just think it's really pretty. Like, really well done. I love how there's like different like shapes of people emerging. It's like you almost get inside the artist's mind a little bit. And then I love this kind of stuff. Like, I love that kind of ink work. This over here. Oop. And then do this over here. So I was thinking if I ever did finish it, maybe I could send it to his mom or him or something, and then but look at that, the movement. I will say, like, I think comic book artists are fabulous. They're very like, they're good at the motion. They know the human anatomy like inside and out. You have some old atlases. Oh yeah, I love that faded color. Yeah. So, and or look at this. Look at like the, I know it's scary, but look at like the smudge work. It's almost like, I don't know. It's a really cool effect. And it makes me wonder like how much they're doing by hand versus like on their computer. Because I know a lot of people do stuff on the computer now. I think it's really pretty. The Rorschach I've been the most disappointed in. Like, the way that it's set up neatly is very interesting, but it's like, it's still kind of boring to me. So I have gesso. I was thinking like I could use the gesso to like go over it, and then Only Parks on TikTok. No. What's Only Parks? I don't really understand TikTok. Tartarian maps. Uh-oh. Tartaria. Steak tartare. Yeah. It would only take away hope. Oh. Well, anyway, I was thinking like I could go over it with gesso so that if they wanted to, they could like draw over it, you know? And I got all these cool stickers too. I mean, I had, probably close to a year to like get this stuff and start putting it together. George Lucas drew his inspirations from, and a lot of Star Wars stuff will make sense. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I liked reading about the Jedi. I thought that was really cool. It reminded me a lot of like Taoism or something. Where did I put my. Oh, I need to put my hair up. And I need to take some allergy. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take some more allergy medicine. No, just at dinner. We gotta wait a little bit. We gotta wait a little bit. Jack it up. Oh man. Whew. Yeah, so anyway. Ow. I take one or two. Allergic reaction. We'll do it. Take one or two. Is beefing with Joshua Tree to the point they blocked him. That's cute. Take one. Okay. I hope this stuff doesn't make me sleepy. I'm already kind of sleepy, but I'll just drink more caffeine. Taking those online tests, and you're Sith every time? Oh my gosh. Are you Slytherin too? Guess what I was? Can anybody guess? That's so funny, Lisa. You're Sith every time. I would probably be the people that don't want to get involved. I'd probably be Ewok. I thought I was Hufflepuff too, Dom, but I'm actually Ravenclaw. Which was like, oh, okay, But I really thought I was going to be Hufflepuff because I like that yellow and black. Ravenclown. Oh, Ravenclaw. Yeah. Yep, I was a Ravenclaw. Which made me kind of feel better about myself. Because it's like, well, they're supposed to be the smart ones, so that made me feel a little good. It's like, are you trying to tell me I'm smart? Thank you. Nobody tells me that. Not enough anyway. Yeah. So. He's gonna get fed again. He's gonna be okay, guys. He's gonna be okay. So, I think I still have quite a few Rorschachs that I need to go through. Millennium Falcon thing. Oh, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. Yeah, it's really cool. I guess what I could do is put it with the... I don't know, they have like the cantina. With the cocktails. That's pretty cute. Loopy's pissed. When is Loopy not pissed? He has a never-ending stomach. That cat. He'll eat us all under the table. Oh yeah, I gotta hold on, I gotta grab it. I got a Star Wars calendar. So I could put those in there. Bounty hunters. I love this. I love the beep beep boop. Beep beep boop. It's pretty cute. I never thought Star Wars would be. It's not cute. It's cool. It's so cool. So yeah. Yeah. Loopy's always hungry, I know. Let's see. But yeah, the Rorschach. Oh, I was gonna make another page out of this. Thought that was pretty cool. The juxtaposition of the night versus day. And have it open up. Well, they glue it perfectly. Not so perfectly. It's okay. Yeah. Well, it was over like a year ago, but I think I got like those 3 books. I want to say for like $10 for all 3 of them, which was nice because I think they're like 20 normally. So I got these guys for 10. And then the Rorschach might have been a little bit more expensive, but I can't remember. It wasn't, over a year. Because like my mind's like, oh, that would be fun to add that. That'll be fun to add that. You just get all these inspiring ideas. And then before you know it, you're like, okay, I better start doing stuff with it, because otherwise. But like they won't make sense though. That's the only thing. Like you just kind of have to go with it and be fine with it not making sense. But like I love some of this art. Some of it's pretty bloody too. Like I didn't want it to be too violent. Even though like a guy I don't think would care. But I'm like, I don't want it to be too violent, because then like what if they think that I think that they're violent? Or what if like they're just over it, or I don't know. But the more I started doing it, the more I was like, ooh, this is just fun for me, Safe. I think that's fun. I just think they're really, like, these artists are really talented. And to have to, like, turn around and keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. That takes a lot of work. For a self-defense tool? Yeah, that's true. Oh, I loved this. I thought that was really cool. From 300. Like the flying in. Or like look at this. Isn't that beautiful? But yeah, I love that. Just the capturing of the motion, I think it's just really fun. I like more things getting thrown at people to hurt them. I'm kind of like a fan of violence sometimes. It's kind of fun. No, I'm joking. I'm not really. Not really. But now I have a ton of scraps that I can make even more Franken pages with. So it's kind of like, how big do I want this book to be? Because, like, if anything, I could leave the Rorschach stuff out of it because it's kind of weird. Not really a fan of the Rorschach stuff. Now I kind of want to work on it. Oops. I need some glue though. Yeah. TikTok. Okay. Yeah, I want to see if it's funny though. Where did I put? Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. I don't know what it is outside. Like, it's this. The first one I came. Everybody now is doing the zodiac sign stuff, which I'm like, I loved that stuff, and now I feel like it's overdone and not well done enough because it's overdone. So that's been kind of frustrating, but I love I forget his name. It's like Spencer or Spence something. He's my all-time favorite for the zodiac signs. Like the zodiac signs in love, the zodiac signs when they see their ex. I love that kind of stuff. It's super funny. Oh damn, and I still have, like, look at all these scraps that I have too that I need to use. But the nice thing about paper is that you can just like recycle it, you know? So yeah. But probably should be doing more work on the computer. It's just hard to do with also trying to do the stream, you know? And it's a Friday night. I should get to do some fun stuff every once in a while. So yeah, maybe someday I'll finish it. Then I don't know, maybe I'll just hold on to it for myself or something. And they had all these what did Iran say about Princess Diana? Why would they even talk about her? They better keep her name out of their mouths. Iran. I believe it too, because if you listen to, I think it's either Sean Atwood or who's the other guy that I listen to a lot. Somebody was saying that there was a guy at the Ritz in Paris who was Mossad, who worked with the guy that was the driver. that ended up everybody getting killed. We use it, make fire logs out of paper. Oh, that's good. Yeah, some of this stuff is pretty ink heavy, so I'm not sure how well it would be, how good it would be for burning, but that's good. At least like you use it and it goes to something, you know. But I believe it too, Dom. The Fayeds, yeah, Fayeds were related to the Khashoggis, who are the big power players in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, the Fayeds, yep. It's pretty crazy. It's a small world, guys. Small world. Lots of elites. Lots of evil. There we go. A little easier now. Okay. Yeah, not hard to believe at all, in my opinion. So it's too bad though, because I just remember coming out into the living room and like I think my mom had been up like all night crying. I think that was 97. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, Princess Diana died. And growing up, I always heard about how evil the royal family was. And I was like, those people better get their shit together. And it's like, I really knew nothing about it just from what my mom would talk about. But she really hated the royal family. Because I think she, like a lot of people think that they had something to do with her death. So, and I don't know that, but like, I also could see it, you know. And then the queen not coming out and saying anything about it, I think was really like bad form. And I think that was like the one time it really hurt the queen's reputation. Without taking out the only royal people cared about, yeah. And now it's Kate Middleton. Everybody likes her the most, you know. So I was talking to a guy who used to be military. He's 30 now, but he's retired. I guess he did 5.5 years from when he was 19. And he's saying that his buddies are getting letters to go back. Which I'm like, how? Because like, how can we, I mean, I believe him, but the problem is like, how are they planning on hiding that from the American people? Like, if the buddies know, like their families know, like this is not going to be a hidden thing anymore. So it's just kind of crazy that they think they can hide that from the American people. But I mean, what haven't they tried to hide from us? I was so glad to see Bondi got fired. Dude, she embarrassed them so bad. Like they should have fired her a long time ago. The Dow is at 50,000. Oh, there's a music video. There's a flippin' music video. I don't want to play it and get in trouble. But maybe I can. Here, I'll find it. Well, no, I won't. Maybe if I remember, I'll post it. But she's like, the Dow is at 50,000. Now I'm going to be like, I want to hear it. It cracked me the fuck up. Pam Bondi song. Okay, I won't play it too long.
Testimony you're about to give is true, so help you God. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you keeping?
Okay. Yeah, so, but it's good. It's, what is it? It's, how is the Dow auto-tune? Auto-tune the news, wherein Pam Bondi discovers an unassailable repost that cannot. Okay, they didn't finish that, but yeah. They raised the enlistment to 42, yeah. Well, according to what I've read, when you leave unless designated disabled at a certain level, you have 4 years on reserves list. So, I think that's right, but he's 30. He is injured in one of his eyes. He was a sniper. So, I don't know. I really don't know. And if they recall him, it's like, why would, it's just crazy. That's just crazy. Because, it really sucks because, he was saying, and I don't know how true this is, right? I have no idea, but he was saying that, because they're sending in the 82nd Airborne, it sounded like they were sending in the elite troops, who are those guys? They're special forces, Rangers or something. I don't know. Anyway, he was like, yeah, if you're having to send in those guys, it's only a matter of time until they send in, just the regular guys. And I'm like, would they start off with their best or would they start off with their worst? I don't know. I have no idea how war works. So don't listen to me. But, 5,000 Marines. And wasn't there the Rangers or Delta Force or something? I forget. He was saying that there was an elite group of people that were getting sent in. And I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. If you have very certain objectives, I could see you sending in elites. Or enter into a conflict. Okay. So I don't think the war is going well. Again, I feel really bad for the Iranian people. I'm glad that their dictator is dead, but if you don't do a regime change, you might as well not have gone in. Because there's just going to be another one, But I did want to do the trend that was going around where they had a picture of the old Ayatollah guy, and the women were without their hijabs. They were lighting a cigarette and putting it out on the picture, and the picture was going up in flames. Take Karg Island, yeah. Yeah. Well, and I hope this really gets people to be like, can we please no longer be under the spell of Israel anymore? I think Netanyahu overstepped for sure, but I don't know. I wasn't there. I have no idea. The Lego videos? What? What Lego video? Of what? Lego videos? Iran put out Lego videos? What? Because I heard they were doing really shitty AI videos of like of them hitting us or something. But I think a lot of those are on Twitter, and I haven't had an opportunity to really get on and look. Cause like I think it's really fucking funny when they make AI videos of them. Like, wasn't it Kim Jong? Which one is the one right now? Is it on Kim Jong Un or Un or? I think his dad was the ill guy, right? Won't put troops. Only U.S. soldiers. Why? That's weird. Kim Jong Un. Okay, yeah. Like I think he put out one of like I don't know. Back in the day when they were tiffing, even though now he and Trump are best buds, it was beautiful, I guess. Yeah, it's funny, dude. If you can't laugh, then you cry, and I think I would rather laugh. But it's so weird. It's just so much weirdness. But I'm not gonna lie, when the Ayatollah old dude was killed, I was like, fuck you, bitch. Like, die, motherfucker. Because what a piece of shit. Killing 45,000 of their own people. Shooting women in the face. Shooting old women in the face. Die, motherfucker. But I would be a terrible dictator. I would definitely be like, I would bully the people that bullied me. Would I? I don't know. I don't even know. It would be kind of boring to be a dictator. Never mind. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. I could see it happening. I'm not above denying it. I could see it happening, guys. Oh, shnikes. Oh, shnikes. They're pieces of shit. But we in Israel started. I think, yeah. I think anybody could be a dictator, Dom. Pretty much anybody could. But yeah, I don't think I really am up for it right now. Not at this moment. But there are times, well, see, I just get too tired. Like, I get super fucking angry, and then my anger, like, exhausts me. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go lay down now. So it would be hard to, like, stay that, like, amped up for as long as I needed to. If this was Snay, he was mistaken. Marines and 82nd Airborne, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He was saying the Big Red One. 1st Infantry out of Kansas. Oh, okay. Okay. He was saying it was like the Big Red One or something, but you know, I'm not familiar with any of that kind of stuff. Talking about North Carolina. Yeah, I think that's what Matt's saying, that they're Marines and 82nd Airborne, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He was saying, yeah, so I think Snay was saying that it was the Big Red One out of Kansas, but If it's the 82nd Airborne, then it's the one out of North Carolina, I think. So you guys are both right. Military stuff. It is hard to keep track of like battle stuff, military battle stuff. Like war stuff is sometimes like, who won? You know, like who, what? Does anybody know what happened? Can anybody explain to me what happened? Because I don't pay attention. Just don't pay attention very good. Put this over here like that. Your son is serving? Okay, pertinent. I really hope not for your sake. I hope not for my friend's sake. And he's injured. Like he's on disability or whatever the military's version of that is. He was talking about the IRR or something. Again, I don't know what any of that stuff is, so he's stateside so far. That's good. Well, we're thinking of you and your son and all the other people out there so they don't have to go over. And if anything, we could just start protests in our city. And it would be a legitimate protest. We could be like, hey, this is not, oh, hate the regime. I love our soldiers too. They're good guys. They really are. So I have a feeling if people are willing to take to the streets right now based on outrage, like I think we would be willing to go. 12 generals were fired today. How do we even have that many? What the fuck? Peg says wartime firing of top generals stuns officials. It's insane. The ousters of Army Chief of Staff General Randy George and Army General David Hodney blindsided military leaders and have generated concern among defense officials about the implications for war in Iran. So those two are the growing list of generals and flag officers booted by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? And 2 other generals. "20 top generals and admirals." When was that, 7 hours ago? So Facebook says, but from Senator Alyssa Slotkin, I don't know her. She said Hegseth fired over 20 top generals and admirals, including a top Army general who served 7 presidents this week. Purging generals to settle personal or political vendettas is what happens in China or Russia, not America. Hodney. Senior Army officers reacted with anger and frustration to news of General Randy George's dismissal. Loopy? Oh, he's up there. Okay, I don't know what that is then. Army Chief of Staff on Thursday, a move that reflects growing hostility. Ooh, that's not what you do though, dude. So this is the New York Times, like, who can push the button? Yeah. So Pete Hegseth, General George, who was appointed to his position in 2023, led the Army out of one of its worst recruiting crises in history in 2024, and more recently has pushed the service to accelerate its acquisition of cheap drones and other kinds of weapons that have come to dominate the war in Ukraine. The tension with Mr. Hegseth was not rooted in substantive differences over the direction of the Army, military officials said. Rather, it is the product of Mr. Hegseth's long-running grievances with the Army, battles over personnel, and his troubled relationship with Army Secretary Daniel P. Driscoll, the officials said. Over the last year, General George and Mr. Driscoll had formed a tight partnership, officials said. Mr. Hegseth has also clashed in recent months with General George and Mr. Driscoll over the Defense Secretary's decision to block the promotion of four Army officers to be one-star generals. Two of the officers targeted by Mr. Hegseth are Black and two are women. What? Okay, is that why he's doing it though? Oh, damn. So he's just out and out. Like, so he's pissed at George and Driscoll because they were mad that he blocked the promotion of 4 Army officers to be one-star generals, and 2 of the officers were Black and 2 are women, on a promotion list that consisted of 29 other officers, most of whom are white men. So this is the New York Times, so I don't know like if they're kind of biased, but Mr. Hegseth's highly unusual decision to remove the officers prompted some senior military officials to question whether they were being singled out because of their race or gender. Holy shit, dude. Dude. Don't do that, man. Like, that's wow. Anyway. So, damn. So he's seriously just this pissy. He's like, Hegseth has been pressing Mr. Driscoll and General George for months to remove the officers from the promotion list. What? It's like, what? Oh my God. So Mr. Driscoll and General George refused, citing the officers' long records of exemplary service. 2 weeks ago, General George asked Mr. Hegseth to meet him to discuss the removal of the 4-star generals from the 1-star list, as well as the general's view that Mr. Hegseth was interfering unnecessarily in Army personnel decisions overall, the official said. Mr. Hegseth refused to meet with General George about the matter, they said. Last week, Laura Loomer, a far-right conspiracy theorist, who is, I don't know who that is, but I've heard her. My mate said he's not gay, but his boyfriend is. Oh my God. So, close to Mr. Hegseth. So, Last week, Lauren Loomer, a far-right conspiracy theorist who is close to Mr. Hegseth and President Trump, posted on social media that the defense secretary was seriously considering removing General George. Ms. Loomer has also repeatedly attacked Mr. Driscoll. Dude, that's such a stupid thing. They're really gonna, like, he's really gonna... I think that's insane. I think that's really insane, guys. I just can't. And like, okay. Anyway. So, oh my God. I don't want to see the draft reenacted. Volunteer enlistment, I feel, is better, but the vetting process needs to be more strict. And soldiers, unallied superiors who felt were not qualified or had confidence to lead. Everyone has gone bonkers. It's true, Marcus. You don't have enough soldiers to go to a battle. Well, see, that's the thing. If people like my friend are getting recruited and they already have like a disability, that sucks. That does suck. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so like when my dad was drafted for Vietnam, he ended up just being an officer and not having to go. But in basic training, like, everybody knew how to discipline each other if they weren't, if they weren't keeping up. Like he said, what they would do is like they would wait till the guy fell asleep and then they would all like hold down his sheets like around him so he couldn't get out, and they would put bars of soap or rocks and socks, and then they would just beat him so that the guy like would keep up the next day. So I was like, what the fuck? He's like, that's just the way it was, okay? I'm like, oh, it's so brutal. But it was, I mean, your lives are on the line and you got to depend on your brothers to keep you alive, So I get it. I very much get it, But it's still just like, wow. Wow. Need more McDonald's meat, yeah. In an all-out ground conflict, no, we don't. So they'll be recruiting probably guys like my friend, and that sucks. That sucks, This one looks a little gay. Looks a little gay. Sorry. I don't know about that. I'm gonna not use that one. This reminds me of someone. Anyone? Yeah, that's being used metaphorically in terms of not participating in the draft. With 93 million people surrounded by mountains. That's true, Dom. That's very true. Yeah, Dom. It's a good, yeah. Yep. Yep, that one. Who's in the bombs and mines disarmament? Okay. Yeah, we don't need to be there. We don't. And I mean, every expert did warn that literally no one has ever won a regime change from an air campaign. Every single expert has said that. So, yeah. Okay. wait. Lisa, in regards to this, or in regards to this, or both? Because I mean, this one, for sure, right? It cracks me up. Cracks me up. Need to find the other spawn ones. Well, these are the two Rorschachs. Mine was in the Navy but spent most of his time in Vietnam waters. Okay. He also experienced the Germans bombing London. Oh no, I'm sorry. Jesus. People and their wars. It's just insane, you know? Just insane. What? What are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? (18 to 30-year-olds nowadays to emotional, mental, or physical characteristics. Yeah, so I will say though that my friend's 30, and he signed up when he was 19, and he did 5.5 years. He was in Afghanistan. Like, he still gets the shakes if people come up behind him. I think he was a sergeant in the army, so from a very early age. I think it just depends on the person, you know. Okay, these are all. Oh, let me see what you guys said. So, has been all over the world. The whole thing is a clusterfuck. The first one, Lisa. I love you, Lisa. Lisa, I love you. Sorry. That's really funny. Yeah. More coddled. We weren't coddled as kids. Everybody's got an opinion about the younger generations. That's weird. You guys see that flickering? That was weird. Yeah, I think I'll do the spawn one later. Got too much baby boob. One, two, 6. You guys are too wild and crazy. You guys, oh, that broke. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think if we protest, we could make it stop, you know? It's a touch of inbreeding too. Maybe. I'm not sure. Find home punishment. Jesus. See, but that's not healthy for you either, you know? That's not good either. Arkansas and West Virginia. Indiana. Lisa. Yeah. Don't forget Indiana. Going on in Houston, spring break. I don't know what was going on in Houston. I don't know. Do you guys know? I don't know. I don't know what was going on in spring break in Houston. I didn't know there was spring break already. Oh, my nose is itchy. I don't want to sneeze. Did I really use up everything? That's crazy. What? 30,000 new HIV cases? And why? STD breakout? Oh, I don't think so, Matt. I don't think so. I don't think so. Said hi to Heather. Oh no. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I don't. Honestly, like, I would say hanging out with the wrong people can get you alienated but I've heard that like Michigan has been getting like syphilis outbreaks. So I need to recycle this. Yeah, I haven't seen Hebby in a long time. I hope she's doing well too. Oh my goodness. What in the world did I just do? That's the news you get in Australia? Not bad, but I got some rough ones. Bullshit, yeah. Survival is the goal every day because they're trying to kill as many of us as quickly as possible. What do you mean, Lisa? Another lie that Ted investigates got kidnapped by cartel in Rio? A few hours ago? What? That's good, Matt. They want to kill 200 million Who does? What are we talking about, guys? Like, now I'm freaked out. What? What? What's happening? What? Why am I so far behind? Like, what? What is happening? Does somebody want to tell me what's happening? Excuse me, what? So Ted got kidnapped? Who wants to kill? Whose Heritage Foundation? What? What about, and what about Ted? Like, Ted investigates? And got into the wrong family? Oh, Matt. Oh, dear. How do you really feel? I left the building? What? Oh, I'm glad I don't keep up with the news, actually. That's crazy. He was meeting some guys at a bar. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't the cartel. Don't really want to meet those guys. They're a little too active over here, you know? Yeah. So, oh. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad that you're just tell me when you're doing the worst case scenario stuff, guys. Just so I don't. Oh, Dee Dee says she heard. Okay, that's good. Guys, scare me. You're freaking me out, man. Freak me out. Um, hmm. Yeah. Well, at least you're not like the Romanians. Could always be worse, guys. Could always be worse. You could be decapitating your loved ones in the middle of the night. Well, your deceased loved ones, you know. Could be worse. Keeps more UAP activity. I feel it, yeah. I'm out by Luke Air Force Base too, so it's they're constantly doing shit. And it's like rattling the windows. It's so loud. Lulu, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Lulu, say hi. No? Okay. Most recent learning, everything is screen recorded. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there are people who actually record your phone calls without your consent. Don't forget that too. I think there's only a few states. I think it's like Illinois, California, Florida, where it's a two-party consent. Like you have to get the person's permission to record them or whatever. But most states are a one-party consent. She was crazy in a good and bad way. We're a little crazy. Yeah. Especially those with the Roma blood. We're a very superstitious people. Very superstitious. Although, I don't know, it's good to hedge your bets, right? Oh, what's the joke? Let's see if you guys can, Romania bans you from the country. You know you're a bad person. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I haven't been banned yet. But I've heard of people who were. Let's see who will figure out this riddle. What do the Romanians do in Romania when it rains? If you answer this question, you get $1 million. But you have to answer correctly. Yeah, Erica Kirk is. Yeah, for sure she is. What a weird situation, by the way. Like, that Tyler Robinson guy should probably walk free. Two-party states, yeah. But, what do Romanians do in Romania when it rains, guys? Andrew Tate, yeah. He's a peach. He's lovely. Why are, like, the worst people the ones that have the most leverage? Romance, no. Okay, pertinent. You sleep well, dear. We'll be thinking about you. We'll be thinking about a lot of people. They let it rain. That's what they do. When it rains in Romania, the Romanians let it rain. It's so funny because, like, my dad, I think max height before he got older was 5'4" or 5'5". My mom is 5'3". My brother is the tallest of us. He's 5'7". but then my dad's nephews, because he has a half sister, so his half sister I think was born like in 1923 or something. He was born in 1948, so almost like 24 years, 25 years, right? Yeah. And like I guess so my grandpa was born in 1895. He came over here in 1912. And he married a girl that was 15 years younger than him. No, that can't be right. Dude, hold on. So, where's my calculator? This is going to take me all night. This is, yeah. Yeah, I'm short. Yep. Too deep on that one? Yeah. Erica Kirk is, dude, the Drewski stuff is so funny. I'm sorry. It was needed. It was needed. So if he was born in 1895, so I would have to do 1912 minus 1895. He would have been 17. So there's no way he's marrying. Okay, no, she must have been 15. Okay, so I think his first wife and him got married when he was like 20 something and she was 15. And then they had my aunt, Connie, and or Cornelia, and then she married my uncle John, who ended up being a football player who like also flew bomber planes, John Chicurnio, and he was like 6 foot something. So then all of her sons were like 6 foot plus. And so my dad, one of them was older than him. Okay, so we call them Huey, Dewey, and Louie because they're like all roughly, they all look kind of the same. They're all really big, jovial guys. Like, and then, but it was just so funny because like, even when I was younger, like, and we would go up to Chicago because they lived in Chicago, Huey, Dewey, and Louie would be like messing with my dad and just like always like putting their arms on him and stuff, and they're still hope for us. Yeah, it only matters from the neck up is what my dad always says. So yeah, super creepy. Love the Drewski. I love it when he comes out. Oh my god, it's so funny. But he's like coming out doing the crip walk, and the fireworks are going off and stuff, and he's like, you know, and then or when, oh, I forget what it was, but as her, he's like, we should forgive and learn to love each other. I thought that was so good. I was like, dude, this guy has some comedic timing. It was very well done. I was very impressed, I must say. Where was the thing? Spanish Cyber Short. Never forget. Yes. In my head, I'm a 6 foot tall Viking man. I'm like you know how Chihuahuas will like bark their brains out at you, and then you like get too close to them, and then they start shaking. Oh, my boss, her little puppy had to undergo a surgery. I hope it was okay. I'm kind of afraid to ask. I think that was Wednesday. I should probably text her sometime. and just see if everything went okay. Yeah. Can you imagine if Carlin and Williams are still alive? How offended people would. It would be a miracle. It would just be fabulous if they were alive today. Oh, it would be such a like we would be allowed to laugh again. First they take away your laughter. Then you lose your soul. Oh my god. I never understood people who couldn't handle a joke. Well, I guess like some people I know can't take jokes sometimes. But I think that's because they like choose not to, but the Ed Grimley impression. I know a World War II fighter pilot. He's still getting around. He'll be 104. I can't believe like those guys are already almost gone. Yeah, my grandpa was in the Battle of the Bulge. My mom's dad. He was a paratrooper. And I guess like, you know, I think they were in like a forest in the winter time. It was cold. But I think he like lost his best friend over there with like a mortar. And he was just gone. And I guess when he went to see Saving Private Ryan, he was like, yeah, it was good. It wasn't quite the same. There was so much they couldn't talk. Like he could never talk about that stuff, you know. But it's kind of refreshing to see so many guys that are younger that are like in military or in like the police force who are like, they're very out and proud about being in therapy and how much like their lives have improved, being able to have fulfilling relationships with other people and not like, you know, I don't really know exactly, but I think it's really cool. It takes incredible courage, you know. And a World War II fighter pilot lived in Wales and was honored to meet him before he passed. A true gentleman. That's really cool. Yeah, and when I see like a veteran be like, they'll say something like, I don't recognize America anymore. And like, I'm not proud of it and stuff. You don't think they're saying that I don't think they're like being racist or sexist or anything. I think they're like, what happened to like wanting to honor like not just like your country, but the people that you grow up around and support. But we don't really have like a lot of, you know, people around us to support us anymore. You know, we don't really know our neighbors or there's just a lot, guys. There's a lot that we don't have, that we take for granted. I finally got to know my neighbors to my east this year after living here since, well, I've been here since 2014, but I don't think they were here until like a year or so later, maybe. But yeah, I finally got to know them. They were nice people. We're rolling in their graves right now. My dad is one of them. Our Anzac Day is coming up this month. It's a great day for us to remember the sacrifice they endured. That's cool. South Coast of Oz, we have a strong community. That's good. Everybody needs a strong community. whether that's your friends or people you can talk to about things that are meaningful and important. And we all need to be more supportive of each other for sure. Life is more fulfilling with people that we can love in it. Like, I saw this really beautiful short where this guy was interviewing this French lady, and she was crying because she was like, oh, like, I guess like she had broken up with like the love of her life or something. But she was like, it was better to have had the love than not, And I understand that. I think it takes incredible courage to be like strong enough to look at something very painful and then also be like, you know what? I'm glad I had that experience. It's a real credit to the human spirit. I was lucky, I guess. I come from a neighborhood, World War II veterans, served his country his whole life as a vet and a cop. He never thought a government would lie to us until right before he died. Life of service and sacrifice, yeah. Not in the war, but one. Foundry worker. Grew hemp for the government, wow. That's rough. Even now, like, my dad has a really hard time believing that, like, all these people are involved in, like, some of the worst shit that, like, I just feel really bad for people because it's like, especially if you have so much faith in things and other people, and then to know that like some of our best scientists and some of our best minds are like crazy, it was devastating for him, and I feel really badly for him. But at the same time, it's like, that stuff really did happen, Dad. Unfortunately, that stuff really is real, and we can't hide from it. It takes incredible courage to sit in discomfort and try to make meaning out of it, Incredible courage. Because so many of us are just so used to finding something to numb it, Because it's the easiest thing to do. I mean, for a long time. Oh, why did that happen? Well, I just banged it. Okay. But for a long time, I would drink, Because it was better than having to be present in my own life, And it was mostly like at night when I was, stuck with people I didn't want to be around. And, I slept through a lot of my life, a lot of my adult life that I could have been having like a real interesting, I could have been connecting or like living more fully. But, you do what you need to do to survive in certain circumstances too. And I don't think that should be like used against another person either. But it's just easier to numb and then, to not want to sit in discomfort. And I get it. So let me see what you guys are saying. Nice man. Uh-huh. had to make all the ropes. My cousin took his hemp license. A farmer says in the heart of Philadelphia. Opportunity to move forward to better mankind, but it's hard to fish out the lineage psychological side of the others. So something will happen for a fresh start. I will drink with you. Heard about the government's involvement in breeding aliens to humans. Oh God. Oh dear. We're going there tonight, are we? That's crazy. Yeah. You coming down? You can jump on that. Okay. Or you can whiff it, you know. Whatever. Poor kitty. Poor kitty. Silly goose. You're a goose cat. You're not a cat. You're a goose cat. Yeah, so many of us, we have the ability to be happy, but we like to sabotage it because we don't believe we're worthy of it, you know. And you can stay in something as long as possible, but it's like if you're the only person that cares. I mean, I guess eventually I just stopped caring. I didn't want it anymore. I think I wanted to live, though. I think I will give myself that. I think I wanted to live. You know? I think there was something in me that was like, you're dying. Girl, you're dying. And I'm really grateful to whatever that was. You know? Really grateful. Why isn't this updating? What? Guys? Do you guys want to tell me about this? What? That's that, that's scary. Yeah, I'm scared right now. That's really upsetting. What? Excuse me, what? No, Loopy. Loopy. He just had dinner. He's gonna bang on the feeder if I don't. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. This cat, he likes to eat. He must be like an Italian or a Romanian. He likes to eat. Oh, what? Don't listen to me. One of my agreement. Okay. Well, yeah. That's crazy, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I want to know. I mean, I heard about the stuff about the cannibalism from the Epstein files, but I, what is the world we are living in? I don't even know anymore. The liver or pancreas. Jesus. To take on the soul or the properties of another person, especially like the warrior Marcus. Is that what you're talking about? Oh my gosh. I think that allergy medicine did make me tired. Fuck. Hmm. Hmm. The Dow. Is that 50,000? Oh my god, they're still covering the tornado shit. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Rise with Artemis too. Aw. 2 U.S. aircraft downed. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, the Sumerians are big on their necromancy. Every disorder was a demon too. Demonic. I don't want to know, guys. I just don't want to know. There have been some weird things. They did rescue, yeah. He definitely. Oh, Loopy! Dude. I'm glad that didn't shatter. Crazy cat. Yeah, they did. Justify the thirst for unjustified actions. So much truth in the Star Wars movies within the storyline. That's good to know, Marcus. It's scary though. And then, like, reading through some of the Sith stuff, I was like, how can this be allowed for kids? I don't know. Maybe I was like an extra sheltered kid or something, but I was like, damn, this is like some heavy shit. Like, what? I need a little bit more light. Go. Cat is throwing. No, he just hopped up and. Wait. Loopy. Say hi. Say hi. Can you say hi? Loopy. Loopy. Oh my god. He jumped up. He jumped up on this thing. The windowsill. The windowsill. So, yeah. He jumped up on the windowsill. It's kind of thin. And he, like, knocked over a bunch of shit. That's Loopy for you. He likes to break shit. Meow. Cosmic cat, that's right. Are you a cosmic kitty? Loopy! Loopy! Say something. That was a weird look. That was scary, man. Never mind. Never mind. Go back to what you were doing. Sorry. Sorry I asked. Oh, now Lulu wants to come say hi. Dedicate ways to visit other places. Shorter periods between Earth changes. Shortest since the Industrial Revolution. That's cool. Hi, you want to say hi? Want to say hi to the people? Mama? Look. Look, baby. Oh, okay. Says, Mama, you're scaring me. You stop that. You stop that, you crazy lady. You crazy lady. Crazy cat lady. Wait, did I drop it? I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I put it right up here. Yeah. Dom says you're pretty. Dom says you're pretty. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I concur. Let's see. No, you don't need to go up here. You don't need to go up here. Okay, I will pet you. Oh. Yeah, I think they are, probably. That hitchhiker effect. I think a lot of ancient cultures got a lot of different stuff right. Like, I do feel like the fetch is something real. I feel like that's very something real. Please don't bite me. Thank you. Thank you. Is there one on Malta? I believe so. Yeah. Lots of cool caves and shit, too. Yeah. Definitely. Got all sorts of cool shit happening every day. And that everybody wants to act like, no, we already figured that out. We already figured that out. There's nothing to see here. Shut up, everybody go home. We already figured that out. It's like, no, you didn't. Did not figure that out. You guys are fibbing. Bunch of big old fibbers. Need to make sure it's as tall as it. Okay. A little ways to go. A little ways to go. Just a little ways. Yeah. Well, we do need humility, yeah. Jesus. Somebody needs some humility some goddamn time. Right? But no, we figured everything out. It's all been figured out. And then they don't even look at new evidence. It's just insane to me. Just absolutely insane. Like, I used to be really big into the Younger Dryas stuff, and I still am. Like, I still really like to follow a lot of that stuff. Oh. Are we still going? Did it freeze? Because it looked like my thing went down for a second. So many amazing buildings in the US, and so many, grave sites and ancient artifacts, and yeah. Okay, it was just on my end then. But I like what Graham Hancock says, where he's like, we're a culture with amnesia. We are people with amnesia. I think it's deliberate sometimes, because I think especially the elites are looking for ways to like unlock higher powers or like ways of being so that they can benefit from it, but they don't want other people discovering it before them. So they do everything they can to keep us locked in, kind of like a slave state. But I think universal basic income is going to have to be a thing, because you can't just have everybody sleeping out in a tent on the streets. One the Maxwell guy makes our kids' books, our kids' school books. Yeah, that's fun. This is like ending up very crooked. Maybe I'm just not seeing it right. I don't know. Was Dieter here? Where's Dieter? I don't see her. You guys, where is she? I don't see her. I'm gonna feel really. Oh, nice. Hello. Never go back to that area again. I wouldn't go back to where Bigfoot was either. Nope. When our hackles get raised, like, we gotta trust that instinct. If something spooks us, trust it. Because it'll probably save our lives, Why does this look so crooked? Hi, Dieter. How are you doing? I don't know if I can trust this one. I'm doing pretty good. Ancestor lands is nowhere. All forest with willow groves. Does anyone watch Expedition Bigfoot? Able to cloak themselves? That sucks. That's why I won't go to the national parks, guys. Like, I believe in the missing 411. Like, I believe there is some element of truth to it. I know Politis has proven himself to be untrustworthy, but I mean, he did start pointing it out, and it does disturb me a lot. So, for fingers, they have a mind of their own. So, you're good. I've spoken about this before with the. Oh, yeah, because, yep, I think your last name comes from like Sylvanus or Sylvanus, like the Roman forest deity, you know? The Selbius. Yeah, that's where I was kind of like, well, that was the closest thing I could find, was that it was the, it had to do with like the Latin for the forest. So I bet you had some Roman ancestors back in the day when they came to, what did they call it? Did they call it Britannia? Was that what it was called back then? In the Roman times? They call it Britannia, or I can't remember what they called it. Oh, Willow. Okay. That's cool. I hiked many miles in the national forest, never seen anything, but I got weird and odd feelings from. I believe you. Yeah. And it makes me wonder what is particular about the people that go missing, you know? Because it feels very deliberate. Like, especially when they're like right behind you and then they go missing. You're like, fuck. The Britons were the native. Britannia, okay. I've been out of my history game for a while. You got preoccupied with true crime, which was a waste of time. No, I mean, not for the kids and not for the man railroaded, but it was otherwise heartbreaking. But I think that's kind of how everything is these days. I don't know. I don't really have enough of the cool tones anything. I guess I'll just keep working with this. As an alien, the Bigfoot would be perfect. That's a really good point, Marcus. That's a really good point. And that's just what he likes to wear. So that he can look more natural in the middle of the woods. Oh my god. Oh, I cannot even imagine. I'm glad I don't go out hiking. I am glad. Although there was like hunting a Bigfoot show. I think it was like on the History Channel here or something ridiculous, or Discovery or something. Yeah, with the same name that go missing right around the same time. Yeah. Or they had like similar qualities about them too. It's just weird. I hate the ones where it was like they were literally right behind you. And that's like why I won't go into those areas, because it's like, yeah, somebody could literally be walking right behind me and have them disappear, and that would suck. That would like ruin my whole life, you know? So I'm like, no. No. I'm not strong enough to handle that shit. But it's like, how many people go to the national parks and nothing bad ever happens? Like a shit ton of people. So it's kind of like, girl, why are you the way you are? I don't know why I am the way I am. I don't know. I need to do that. I'm just a chicken. Cheap, 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 cheap. It's because of my Romanian ancestry. They are off-road alien vehicles without using tech. Yeah, big strides. Probably can move pretty fast. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. They're the biggest animal out there, too. That's why I'm like, are sadists like experiments that went wrong? You know, like, yeah, I don't know. Are they produced by like the government? Remember when everybody was like, and I still kind of wonder about serial killers all being in military stuff? Were they military experiments? Is that why so many of them were showing up after World War II? You know? Or were there always a lot of serial killers and we just didn't really pay attention? I don't know. But, you know, it makes one wonder. The Walter Reed being blockaded. Walter Reed, is that an airport? What? What do you mean? Must not be interesting enough. No abductions yet. Phew. I think they don't pick on people that are like, oh, maybe more aware, you know. There's like something that's going on that's like, oh, Walter Reed Hospital. What should I look up for that? Should I just do White House News? I don't see anything. Oh, gunshot at the White House. No, that was in November. Yes, let me see. There's 14 hours, 11 hours, 15 hours. I'm not seeing anything for that about the. Let's see, Walter Reed blockaded. I'm not seeing anything, Dom. News. Where are you seeing this? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I don't know. Ancient gypsies know this stuff about the forest. Yeah, they don't go into the forest. There's so many. I make bread. Who added the yeast to make it rise? Bigfoot is the main DNA ingredient. Oh, okay. About the forest, I don't know who you're talking about. Aaron Parnas? I don't know who that is. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. So Aaron Parnas, as of April 2026, has extensively reported on a developing political and humanitarian crisis involving Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, specifically concerning a blockade or standoff related to federal enforcement actions and military operations under the Trump administration. So it says medical access blockade. Parnas has highlighted incidents where federal agents, including ICE and Border Patrol, have used military-style tactics in civilian areas. In recent reporting, video surfaced showing federal agents blocking a doctor from reaching a woman who had been fatally shot by ICE. Walter Reed patients in March 2026, Parnas reported that at least 12 individuals related to ongoing national security or border-related incidents were being treated at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Congressional investigation, Senator Jack Reed, the Democrat from Rhode Island, chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, has led a blockade of a different kind of legislative and oversight push to investigate military actions. He has cited reports of illegal strikes and potential war crimes, demanding unfiltered answers from the Pentagon. Okay, that's just because of his last name. Okay, I get it. Political context. The blockade has been used to the context of Representative Elise Stefanik threatening to tank the National Defense Authorization Act. Public view to Speaker Mike Johnson. I guess, Dom. Yeah, I don't really know. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's a good point, Marcus. Because non-UFOs are more likely to have experiences. I believe that too. I believe the hitchhiker effect is a pretty good evidence of that, you know. Um, yeah, one time I had a weird experience where I thought like weirdly I felt like, and this is just weird. I don't know how like my brain did this or what, but my brain was like, something was telling me that like female ancestors of my husband at the time were trying to come through and come into the home. And it was like they were trying to come through this one wall. So this could have been a psychosis thing, right? And I put a cross and an X on the wall, and I said, "You can only pass if you're here for good." And then they didn't come through. I don't know how that happened. I wasn't on anything, you know. But that's something that just happened where it was like I felt this like weird presence trying to come through, and it was trying to come through the Frida Kahlo painting. Now this is probably like some sort of psychosis, right? And I don't know why. Maybe there had been some trauma or something, but they were trying to come through this one wall in the house, and I was like, I drew in chalk. I had a piece of white chalk, and I just drew a cross and an X behind the painting. I think I had to take the painting down, or cross an X, and I said, "You can only pass if you're here for good." And then they didn't come through. So that was a very weird experience. I don't know what that was. I don't know if I was like dissociating. There was one time I was at the grocery store and I felt myself like literally lifting up out of myself and like being able to look down and like around, and I was able to see like high up on the shelves. It was kind of a weird feeling. So I think the mind has like this capacity to do like incredibly imaginative, creative things, because I do feel like that was probably some sort of psychosis, for lack of a better word, you know. But it was, I also had been like setting up a lot on the Norse culture of like Norse Germanic pagan stuff, where like the fetch is kind of like it's the opposite sex of you usually, and it can look like a doppelganger, it can look like an animal, but it's the opposite sex of you, and it usually shows up before you're going to die. So when I felt this female presence trying to come through, I was like, you know, as being one of the caretakers of the home, I was like, you know, you can only pass if you're going to come in for good. So even though they have never met, it's like medicine for those people feel less. Is it though? I don't know. Because I read this book called Hallucination, because when my brother, like, So my freshman year of college, around Christmas time, my younger brother, who's my only sibling, he he ran away. He was 17. He took one of the cars and he ran away. He drove from Central Illinois to Boulder, Colorado. Um, and like my parents were a wreck, and we were all like, I don't know. I don't even know. Like I think I dissociated through a lot of that too. Um because like I remember being like, I don't know, like trying to get into like a comforting space. And so the only place I could find was like under my bed. And like I think I hallucinated like an angel coming into my room barefoot and stuff. So, and like the way that the guy, he was a neuroscientist, so he talked about it was when you're hallucinating, you see these people in like fabulous outfits. And it was so funny because that's what I remembered. I was like, they were like decked out in like jewels, like even the foot jewels. Like, you know how belly dancers have those like kind of like foot jewel thingies? I don't even know what you call them because like at the time I had never taken belly dance, so I was like, that's cool. But it was like those beaded foot jewels. Like, you know how like you can have a ring with like beads attached to like a bracelet or something, but you can have it like a ring with beads on it that then connects to like the bracelet. That's like, but it was for the feet. And I saw like it was just really intricate. And when I poked my head out, it was like just everything super intricate, right? And I didn't read this book until after I had been married for years. And I was like, that's insane. That's insane. But the brain did that. And I think it was just trying to cope because like my parents were trying to cope. And I don't know. And then he came back and nobody said anything because we were all just traumatized to say anything. And then he had to go back to school. I was still on Christmas break because you get longer when you're in college. Um, and yeah, we do have DMT. Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah. Supercharged plants. Okay. Well, whatever the case was, he had to go back to high school. He had to go back to school. And he was like frozen in bed. And I remember my dad like bursting into my room. It was like 6 in the morning. My room was always the coldest room, like almost to a point where you could see like my breath. And he was like, go get your brother out of bed and make him go to school. And I was like, okay. So then I was like, John, you have to go, Johnny, you got to get up. You got to go to school, man. Like, and dad is just like raging out because he's like, first of all, he already ran away and stuff. My mom's like bitching my dad out because like, my dad's like, oh, he's not my son. And my mom's like, don't you fucking ever say that ever again. Like all this stuff. And my brother is like going catatonic. Like he is just like, his eyes are wide. And he always had dark brown eyes, but he had like, I don't know, like the big pupils or whatever. Like his eyes looked black, but they were like extra big, extra black. And he was just like frozen. And I was like, I can't get through to him. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I was 19. I didn't know what was happening. And, I was like, okay, everybody just needs to, Mom, you need to go over here. Dad, you need to go over here. Everything's going to be okay. Johnny's not going to school today. Okay, guys? Like, oppressed. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think he got sick. And then he got behind in school, and then he couldn't keep up. So he just decided to run away. And I think he has an avoidant personality because, like, I think he had a lot of trauma growing up. You know, that I think both of us never felt fully stable. Like, whatever the case was, like, I think, you know, his way of dealing with the situation was to run away from it. And I get that. And mine was always to just put my head down and fight. Like, I'm just gonna fight, you know? But I do feel like our basement was fucking possessed. The woman that had lived there before had gone through a brutal divorce. She had seemed very sad. It was a very heavy energy. Now, stuff you guys probably don't know, but well, maybe no, but like in Illinois, there's always this issue with radon that can kind of like seep out of the ground, and it's like poisonous, you know, like it can do weird shit. So there was always that concern. So there was always like a radon detector down there too. It was just a place of very heavy energy. I don't really know how else to describe it. Like, even now I don't like going down there or being down there or anything. Literally blink black and back to normal color. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think it was demonic as much as I think he had like this real fear of like, I'm going to mess up, I'm going to disappoint people, I'm not going to be enough. Like, there was this shame that he had already run away. And there's so much shame with young men these days that it's like, you guys beat yourselves up too much. You know, like, yeah, you're not quite the men that you see in the movies or the men that came before you, because you've been like, society has trained you to be a different type of man, you know. The new Lego video. Okay. Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. But, you know, like, I was proud of my mom that day. Just like, don't fucking talk about my son that way. But my dad was scared too, you know, like, nobody behaved perfectly because nobody knew what to do. What? Okay. Oh, it must have just ended. Okay. That really scared me, guys. I was like, what? See, the skin's so gray. Ghost white. Oh. Well, whatever the case was, like, he would do this thing too, like, he would agree to do things. Like, we had an elderly neighbor that lived across the street. He had like 10 trees in his yard. So when the leaves came down, like, it would be a process to rake those things. And I remember he said he was going to do it, and he would have worked on it for like several weekends. But he put it off and put it off and put it off. And then finally, like, he just didn't do it. Our elderly neighbor was like, kind of, you know, in a pinch because they couldn't do it themselves. So I remember me, my mom, and my high school boyfriend at the time, we all went over and just raked leaves all day. Have a good night, Dom. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. So we I mean, we got that done, but we were constantly always kind of like making up for him, like, and we were always like walking on eggshells with him. And it was just because, I think he got so stuck in this, like, oh, I should have done it on the first weekend and I should have, like, consistently followed through, but now I've already failed. So I'm just going to keep failing. So there's no point, you know? Um, Lower frequency and the fear feeling. Energies open to ethereal to be absorbed. Yeah. It's those low vibrations, Um, but anyway, so, eventually he got help and he got some therapy and stuff. And, a lot of people don't like to sit in their discomfort, especially like their discomfort about themselves, but there's nothing wrong with being human and not being perfect. It's just a matter of getting up and trying every day. So, okay, good night, Dieter. Or no, no, wait, no, not going to bed. Okay. Dieter, you're still here. Yay. Okay. But yeah, sleep well, Dom. Good to see you. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with being human. But he wasn't like my dad is kind of a natural genius. Like he was going to be an astrophysicist, but he kind of got in trouble and also got arrested a couple times for protesting. He was born in 48, so like he was um he was like late 60s, early 70s going to college. So he was protesting some pretty heavy shit. Then he got drafted. So he had, yeah. But so then he was like, okay, I'm going to be a lawyer now. And I think he did. He is very outgoing too, very gregarious and likes to talk to people. So it made sense. Um, but he was always very successful. Anything he did, he was really good at, but his father came directly over from Romania, and that guy like was, you're just not gonna fail with that guy. It was like he could that so my grandfather, I guess, could fix anything. He could do pretty much anything. He had to teach himself everything. So he taught my dad everything that he knew. So my dad grew up very capable. They had like a motel and the Gary Steakhouse. And like my dad, even at a young age, had to help customers and people coming in to rent rooms and stuff. Oh, good. Yeah. And so he was just like a really well-rounded individual. Plus, they grew up in a time where you would be more well-rounded because you were out playing with your friends, getting into trouble, working odd jobs, but like always just connected. So I think too, like young men see that, they see the earlier generations and they think, I can't do that. I can't be that. I wish that had been my life. I don't know, because I've never been a young man. I didn't go through that. I didn't grow up in that. I don't know. So this is my speculation, but I really do feel like there's this desire to prove themselves as men, but there's society saying you suck, women rule now, and I'm not, and women deserve to excel and exceed and be commended for all sorts of things as well. Like the problem with any movement, any social movement these days now is that there's always an enemy. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be, if you're going to be a feminist, it shouldn't be about bringing down men, right? It should be about empowering women. Yeah, comparing is one of the most damaging things you can do. That's very well said, Marcus. So, like the culture has changed significantly and it's not their fault. It's right. That's right. But you can see it with the younger millennials and Gen Z where they are very reticent to even have an opinion because they are afraid of getting yelled at or, you know, like called some sort of rapist or something, but destroy plenty of relationships. I believe that, yeah, for sure. And we're so used to seeing what we don't have, being in getting stuck in like what we lack, right? But because especially like in the Midwest, I will say this, like you're not allowed to be proud of yourself. Like that's not a thing. At least when I was growing up, it's like you don't brag about yourself. You don't talk about your accomplishments, Well, my dad was a really good dad. He just worked a lot, you know. And I think my mom did her best, but I do think she had some undiagnosed things, And conformity is an educational outcome expected of students. It is. I was a very good conformist. I was very good at reading emotions and matching emotional energy to keep the peace, to make things less awkward, because that's what a good kid does, especially a good female kid. And nobody really wanted to hear your opinions as a female. And it wasn't like I grew up in a backwards place. Like my dad was still, you know, he was still really cool with me. But anywhere else, no. It was like nobody wants to hear you talk. So, yeah, you don't toot your own horn, right? It's like a very stoic thing. And like you're not supposed to, I don't know, like even accepting compliments can be difficult, but you're always supposed to be like super hospitable to people too if they come over to your home. Um, and like I admire a lot of these things. These are things that I kind of admire because it's like, yeah, there is a certain aspect of like you don't toot your own horn, right? I do that now as an adult. It stops me choking out idiots. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, it becomes detrimental when it becomes like your identity, because you can't just deny yourself everything all the time. Otherwise, you get stuck in 17-year-long relationships that are abusive. Thank you guys. Um, yeah, I probably talked too much about my family too. I end up starving. You have any cookies? I don't. I get really stuffy in my face. And I have a hard time sleeping, so I really don't like crying. And yeah, it takes a while to depuff. So I'm already kind of swollen from walking. I think it's the damn Palo Verde trees. Those guys, chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, that sounds good. Hi, Faye. But yeah, thank you guys. Oh my gosh, we've been on for 3.5 hours. Okay, well, it's probably time to go anyway. So, without love, we can become better inside. Yeah, yeah. Ice cream will do. Reduces inflammation. Actually, that stuffs me up too, dear. It's weird. My body betrays me. It betrays me because Cherry Garcia is like the greatest thing that mankind ever invented. So good. But then you eat like the whole thing and you're like, God damn it. Or gummy bears. Like I can just shovel those things in. And I don't have that sensor that's like, girl, you're gonna make yourself sick. And then I always make myself sick. So that it's like deficient. It doesn't go off in my head. It's just like, let's just keep going because this is like such a good high, you know? So I'll think of something if I love you, Dieter. I love all you guys. So you guys have a good night. I'm probably gonna collage a little bit more. Sorry about crying. I'll probably just unlist this. So as long as it's like in your history, you'll be able to access it, but I don't think other people will, which will be good. Because they can use it against me. Now everything can be used against me, so. And I'm a stoic badass bitch. Like no one needs to know that I'm a human. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. And have a good night. Yeah, and a good weekend. Because we all deserve a good weekend. So I'll talk to you guys later.